Hello and happy 2024, everyone. I am Christine, the Apothecary Stitcher. It is Tuesday, January 2nd, and we are back for FlossTube number 5. So I'm going to do a little bit of a quick update since I saw you guys last at the end of November. There's not much to show. And then I actually am going to do a small WIP parade for you guys since it's the new year and it is WIP parade season. So let's get started. I'll start with finishes like I usually do. Let's see, December 24th, Christmas Eve, I started the January Penguin Quirky Quaker. And I started this on Christmas Eve, like I said, and I finished him up on Christmas Day. And I actually already have him FFO'd just into a little pillow, little snowflakey looking fabric. So now he's all set to go up on my buffet now that my video is filmed and it is January. The other reason I don't have much of an update for you guys is that I had set out to finish Dawn over New York City. I finished this back at about a week into December. So here is Dawn over New York City. This is patterned by Stitching Jewels Design. And this project was stitched 2/1 10 stitch on a 25 count easy grid. So I'm super excited to have that finished. As you can see, it still needs to get washed to get the lines out. Could use an iron too. So I am going to eventually frame it. Just don't know when yet. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've been up to. After that, I stitched Night Cafe a little bit. You will see that in the WIP Parade. And then I had 2 new starts, which again, you'll see in the WIP Parade. So that's pretty much all I've been up to since I saw you guys last. So I think we will just get started right away on the WIP Parade. I have my WIP Parade in 2 sections. I have my smalls, and then I have my full coverages. And then each category is chronological by year when I started the projects. So I figure I'll start with my smalls first. My first WIPs are from 2019. And I don't have dates on these, but this one I just call Tree of Seasons. This was a purchase off of AliExpress. It's one of their printed kits. So I got this not too long after I started back into cross stitch. As you can see, it is a massive project. And I started on this side. Maybe if I flip it to the back, you can see I've started a couple of the leaves here and over here. So haven't gotten too much work on it, but it's a start. Something easy to take with you if you're going somewhere. You just gotta wrangle the fabric into a Q-snap and then you're all set. But otherwise, it is fun. It's just kind of something easy to work on. All right, the next project is Hong Kong Skyline. This is being stitched on an 18 count black Aida. And here's where I'm up to so far on that one. I think you guys can see it. So again, not a ton of progress, but it's a decent start. And my last WIP from 2019, it's called Aloha Hibiscus, and it is a pattern that was created for me by Jan Hicks. And I had asked her to make a hibiscus for me. So she created this chart just for me. I do believe she did have it up in her shop. It should still be up in her shop too. I know I'm stitching it on an 18 count Aida. However, that is the one WIP that I could not find. So it's got to be here somewhere. I've moved a couple of times, so it just got misplaced some way, somehow. But I know I have it. Like I said, I just couldn't find it, but I stitched these 2 green leaves up here, so it's not much to show you guys anyways, but it is a 2019 WIP, so I will eventually find it. I will eventually stitch it. Next up, I do not have a picture of what this one will look like when it's done because it pretty much is done. This was the 2021 Peppermint Purple Blackwork sale. So as you can see, I started it in January of 2021. All the Blackwork squares for the year are done. I just need to finish the borders and call it a day. But again, it just kind of sits in the drawer and never gets pulled out to be finished. But there it is, almost done. My next one is an Emma Congdon. It's out of one of her books. There's just a screenshot of the page, but I'm calling this one just Every Day. I am stitching this on some random fabric that I picked up somewhere and hand dyed myself. And there's my little start on that one. It looks like it's like a 28 or so count fabric, but like I said, I don't actually know what it is. I just picked it up somewhere, and like I said, it started out as a yellow and then I hand dyed it. So I like how it looks. A little orangey pinky. It's pretty. My next project is the Tiny Modernist Stitch Along, and it was the Words to Live By series. And I started this on May 30th of 2021. So that's what it'll look like when it's done. And for when I started it, I actually don't have that much done, but I do have the full middle square done, and I have one other square done. So this is stitched on 18 count black Aida, and my goal for this one is actually going to be to stitch 1 block a month, and then it'll be a finish at the end of this year, which would be great. I want to get some of the old WIPs finished so that I can start some new stuff. And then I have one more that I started in 2021, and that is ink circles, and it's called Dark Shard. That's what it'll look like when it's done. And this I started on a 28 count, just white even weave, and I'm stitching it 1/1. So again, just a real teeny tiny start on that one. But the colors for this one are absolutely beautiful. Where are they? So all the pinks and purples and blues. So I really need to get back to that one too. I need to get back to all of these things, right guys? All right, so that is all the 2021 starts. Moving on to 2022, on January 7th, I started Epic Mario, which this is a free pattern on Sprite Stitch. So this is what it'll look like when it's all done. And I just, this is on a 28 count even weave that I hand dyed myself. It's got to look like the sky of Mario, right? And just a very small start on that one too. So I got Mario through that, and I got one Mario and a little bit of his ground to stand on. So the color's getting washed out a little bit. It's a little bit more of a richer sky blue. But there's my start on Epic Mario. And then my other 2022 start, I started this on one of Athena's Harry Potter stitch nights. Athena Stitching Goddess Designs We have a Harry Potter chat on the 7th of every month. So this is Hogwarts in a bottle. And I know that I literally stitched on this for just one day. So y'all don't laugh. There's my huge, huge start on this project. So that was one chat night of stitching. And this was just on the some blue 18 count Ada. So that's that teeny tiny little start. I don't know if we should even call that a start or not, but eventually it'll get done. All right, and then on to 2023 starts. Oh, I started Hogwarts in a Bottle back in March of 2022, March 7th. So I actually had almost a year in between these starts here. I know some of them have been finished and whatnot in between. But this project, it's a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads. I started this on May 16th of 2023. It's the little apothecary shop from their Snow Village collection. And this one, that is how far I've gotten so far on this one. So it's really cute. I can't wait to have it done. This is just one that I stitch just a little bit here and there. It's a project I take with me to work, so I stitch on that on my lunch break. And then my next start, this is the Country Cottage Needleworks. It's not a great picture, sorry. But this is the Country Cottage Needleworks Snow Village. And I won't get too much into plans, but again, this one is I'm going to stitch a block a month, so it'll be done by the end of the year. So on December 12th, I started and I stitched the middle block. And then on Christmas Day, I actually stitched the skate and sled shop. And then yesterday, since it's the first of the month, and like I said, I want to get one block done a month, I started on the Snow Boutique over here. So as you can see, I'm going to stitch them all together on this piece of fabric. It's just blue 14 count Ada, but that has actually been really fun to just stitch on, and it works up pretty quick, which is nice. And then I do have one more project start for 2023. This is another new one since I saw you guys last. This is the Shannon Christine Designs. This is Falling Snow. And this one, there's a group of us all stitching one or the other of these designs. Actually, I think there's 3 of them now. So I'm doing the Falling Snow one. And I am actually going to stitch this all in beads. I started this just back on December 16th. And here's where I'm at so far. So I got the whole border done across the top. And then I had to stitch a little of my blue bead colors to see how those worked out. But I'm super, super happy with this and how it's turning out so far. I wish you guys could see how beautiful those beads sparkle, but yeah, so right now, like I said, I started that on December 16th, and it's at about, I didn't write it down, but it's about 33% done already. So super happy with that. So after I finished Dawn over New York City, I've mostly just been working on that too. Just with it being winter and with the beads and the sparkle and the sunshine, it's just absolutely beautiful to work on. So I've really been enjoying that. All right, so that was all of my smalls, guys. So there were a total of 12. And now we'll move on to my full coverage. So how many whips do I have total? I have 12 smalls and I have 19 full coverage. So we got 31 whips. It's not too bad. Oh, here. So this is Fractal 705. This was started on September 28th of 2019, and this pattern is from Cross Stitch Collectibles. I absolutely love how that project looks. I hate stitching on it. Here's where I'm at right now. It's on 18 count Ada, and again, it's beautiful, but it is a confetti nightmare. So it takes so long to stitch this up. But like I said, when it's done, it is going to be fantastic. It's just getting to that point. So it doesn't get a ton of work because I get annoyed with all the confetti. My next project is Welcome Home. This is Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Sherry Gerhardt. And I started this on February 14th of 2020. So I only have one 2019 full coverage WIP. So the next chunk are going to be 2020. So again, this was February 14th of 2020. Welcome home. Now you guys, I might have 19 full coverage WIPs, but there is not a lot of progress on most of these. So don't laugh. So here's the very teeny tiny start on this one. There are some greens. It's the Slytherin corner up there. But it's going to be huge. Huge, huge, huge. It'll actually be bigger than Farewell to Anger here when it's done. So I gotta find bigger walls if this stuff ever gets done. But that is my start. This one is stitched on an 18 count Aida. And like you can see, not too much progress on that one yet. My next project is Tastes Better. This is artwork by Randall Spangler and another Heaven and Earth Designs. This one was started on February 23rd of 2020. I love the Randall Spangler dragons. They are so cute. And again, teeny tiny start on this one. Just the blues in that upper corner. Right up here. So not too exciting to look at. 18 count Aida again. Most of my earlier starts were all on 18 count Aida. But again, it's a super fun project and I just need to stitch it. Next is a project that I purchased off of Etsy. I just call it New York City Taxi. I started this on March 13th of 2020. And again, this one is on 18 count Aida. And again, just a small start in the, actually this one's in the upper right-hand corner. So just a small start on that one. You can see a little bit of the bridge coming in, but again, it clearly needs more love. And next up, we have another Randall Spangler. Again, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Sunday Delight, and I started this on March 14th of 2020. And I got just some started at the top on this one, just in the wallpaper. And again, this is actually the mini, so this one's actually going to be pretty small when it's done. And again, it is on 18 count Aida. Next is another project off of Etsy. And it was just called Tropical Flowers. And I started this on July 13th of 2020. This one I really would like to be a finish, but I have become so used to stitching in Pattern Keeper, and unfortunately this pattern is not Pattern Keeper friendly. So I usually just don't like to stitch off of a paper pattern. I'll just have to figure something else with it, but very, very pretty. Absolutely love the colors in that one. So, like I said, I would like to get it done. I just have to get over the fact that it is not in my Pattern Keeper. And then the next project, well, let's see, this was also off of Etsy. Crimson and Silver Fractal is what they called it. I started this on July 24th of 2020. And again, we got some more 18 count Aida and just the smallest of starts up in that corner. But and then we gotta have some more Randall Spangler, I think, right? So we got Randall Spangler, So Many Books, So Little Time. And I started this, also Heaven and Earth Design, sorry. And this I started July 26th of 2020. And just the teeny tiniest of little starts up in the rocks. But Heaven and Earth Designs does such good charting. Those stones, that stone wall is gonna look amazing when it is all stitched up. And again, continuing with our theme of being stitched on 18 count Aida. And then we have Leonid Afov, Bonded by the Rain. I started this July 27th of 2020. And eventually this is going to go up on the wall on either side of Farewell to Anger. This one, I just grabbed some 18 count. It was a little bit tight on the margins. It'll be totally fine, but to fit in my Q-snip, I just stitched some extra fabric on. And I do have a decent start in that upper right corner on that one. So again, they're gonna look beautiful together someday. And then I do have one more start for 2020. And again, we got a Randall Spangler, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one is Universe in a Jar. And this one I started on July 28th of 2020. And I really don't think I have much stitched on this one at all either. Nope, you just got a little bit up here. A little bit in one of those top windows. And again, 18 count Aida, I don't think I mentioned that. All right, so we made it through 2020, guys. All right, the first start for 2021 was on September 15th. And it was Lars Stewart, Drinks on the Beach. Absolutely love, love, love this project. Love all of the colors. And there's my start on that one. So got some decent progress down that one side, and this one is stitched on a 28 count easy guide. And this is 1/1 full cross. So just love that one. Love all of the colors. And then I started Cliffhanger. Artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this one on September 22nd of 2021. And as you guys know, I've recently been working quite a bit on this one. So here's where I'm at on this one. I got the top almost quarter of the project stitched. And this one is on 28 count 1/1. And again, it's the easy guide, the gridded fabric. So just love this one. Love the details, seeing all the pages of the books, just everything. Love, love, love that project. And then we got some more Randall Spangler. Got Midnight Munchies. charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That one was started on September 29th of 2021. And this one is stitched on, what is it stitched on? It looks like 28 count, and it is 1/1 full cross. So not too bad of a start on that one, but again, there's just not much to show, unfortunately, but we'll get back to it. Eventually, I got to finish one of the Randall Spangler pieces, right? Next up, we have another Amy Stewart, my first bookshelf. This is Amazing Animal Kingdom, again charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one I started on October 1st of 2021. And this one I did something different from what I usually do, and I started in the middle, right where that whale was. So that's all I got, and this is the supersized max color too. So this is on 28 count. Again, easy guide. Let me see if I can get this up for you guys. But yeah, so this is supersized max color on 28 count. It's gonna be huge, huge, enormous. And we got a teeny tiny baby start at the top. Again, like I said, this is 28 count. It is being stitched 1/1 with a full cross. So let me just try to fold this back up real quick. And then one more new start for 2021. This is Midnight Snack, another Randall Spangler. Again, Heaven and Earth Designs. And I started this one on October 27th, 2021. This one I think is on 25 count. This one is on 25 count, yes, and it is 2/1 10 stitch. So just to start up in that corner, a couple of the books coming in, a little bit. Still not much to look at though. I'm also totally holding it the wrong way. There it is. Now you can see the books a little bit better over there. Just the top spines of them. So it's just going to be a long skinny piece. All right, and then I do have one start for 2022. This was started on July 28th, 2022. This is the large world travel bookshelf, Amy Stewart artwork, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I love this project. This is stitched on 25 count, 2/1 10 stitch, so that I have some hopes of finishing it. And that is where we're up to. So not a bad start, but oh, I want to get back to stitching this so bad. Like I said, absolutely love, love, love that project. So I want that hanging on my wall too. All right, then we're moving on to 2023. I started this on October 10th, Night Cafe. Again, artwork Leonid Afov, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Another piece to go up with my Farewell to Anger and Bonded by the Rain that you saw earlier. I have worked on this a little bit since you guys last saw this in my last November update. So here's where we're up to now on this one. So I think since you guys have seen it, I finished a little bit over here, and I think I finished one of these blocks too. So can't wait to have this one done and up on my wall as well. And then you guys know this one. I started this a couple months ago as well. This was started October 17th, 2023. This is Rainbow Dragon 2 from Artisy. And this one is, oh, Night Cafe is 18 count Aida. So all of my 3 Afov pieces are 18 count Aida, so they'll all kind of match. This one is stitched on 25 count 2/1 tent stitch. So that's how far we're at on Rainbow Dragon. Very pretty. Love the rainbow of colors. So fun to stitch on. And then I have had one other new start aside from those 2 smalls that I showed you since I saw you last. I had to start one more full coverage at the end of the year. I started this on Christmas morning. Snape's Library, the Cross Stitch Studio. Another huge, enormous piece. And I just stitched on it Christmas morning before I left to go be with family, so just a super small little start up there. It's just over 600 stitches, I think, so not much, but it is started. So, in the plans. All right, guys, so that was my WIP parade. Again, like we said, I think, what did we say, 31 WIPs. My plans, we'll say it loosely, for 2024 are going to be Snow Village and Words to Live By. I want to stitch 1 block per month, so I'm going to just start on those the first of every month and just stitch until they're done. And then I've kind of set a focus piece for each month. So I have a mix of a few full coverages and some smalls, and I just kind of want to see what I can get done. I don't always like switching projects that frequently. I like to see more progress done on one project. So I think I'm just going to kind of stick with a monthly rotation and see where that takes us and see if we can get some finishes for 2024. Other than that, let's see. Life and running update. Well, it was Christmas, so I hope everyone who celebrates had a very Merry Christmas. And then just yesterday we started the new year. So I wish everybody the best in 2024, and I hope it's a great stitchy year and a year for everybody. So happy 2024. In regards to 2024 and running, I plan to do another half marathon this year, and I am going to do a 2024 Conquer Challenge. It's just the Conquer Challenges website. I really like their online challenges. They're just super fun, and you get an awesome medal when you complete your goal. I'm going to do the year-long 2024 challenge where you set your own goal for the year, and then upon completion of that, hopefully you plan it right so that you finish in December. So I set a running goal for myself, so I'm going to see if I can keep up with that throughout the year. So I'm very excited for that. And like I said, you'll get a fun medal at the end when you complete your challenge. I know I have 2 other friends that are also doing that, so it'll be kind of fun to go along with them and make sure we're all meeting our personal goals for 2024. And then I'm just looking around to see if I missed anything, and I don't think so. So all right, guys, I think that's it. So thanks for sticking around, watching the WIP Parade. Maybe you saw something you liked. If there's something that you like, let me know. Maybe we can stitch it together. Otherwise, until next time, guys, be fierce, strong, and full of fire. Bye.